Hello, my friend. It's Lety, and you're listening to Lety's English Podcast, your gentle place for honest stories, soft motivation, and real talk about life. Thank you for letting me join you today, whether you're walking, working, or simply seeking a little warmth. Today, I want to share a simple truth that can change everything. Never break your promises. Promises are like invisible bridges, connecting us to others and to our own heart. Promise is more than words. It's a quiet commitment. It says you matter to me. I will try my best. When we keep a promise, no matter how small, we make the world safer, brighter. Let's start with something simple. Have you ever made a pinky promise as a child? Even kids know. Breaking a promise feels wrong. Now as adults, our promises may be small, but they carry even more meaning. I remember when I was little, my father promised to pick me up after school for my first concert. All day I watched the clock. So excited, but something came up and he was late. He hugged me and apologized. But that small crack in my trust took time to heal. From that moment, I realized our promises shape how people see us and how we see ourselves. It's easy to say, I'll call you back, or I'll be there at 7. But those words build trust. When you keep these promises, people know they can count on you. But when you break them, even by accident, it's like a stone dropped in water. The ripples go far. We're all human. Sometimes life gets in the way. We forget. We get tired. We mess up. But what matters is what you do next. Do you hide, or do you say, I'm sorry? I made a promise and didn't keep it. Let me try to fix it. Owning your mistakes is the mark of true character. There's another kind of promise, the ones you make to yourself. Those can be the hardest to keep. We tell ourselves, I'll eat healthier. I'll start that new project. But life is busy. Still, these promises are the roots of self-respect. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you tell your own heart, I'm worthy of trust. Why do we sometimes break promises? Maybe we want to please everyone. Maybe we're afraid to say no. Maybe we don't want to let others down, but end up letting ourselves down instead. It's better to say I can't promise that than to promise and disappoint. Honesty is always kinder in the end. Let me share a story. A friend of mine always said yes to everything. She promised to help at work, with friends, at home, until she was so exhausted she broke down. She learned the bravest promise is to care for yourself first, so you can show up true for others. What about when you break a promise? How do you fix it? Admit it, apologize, make it right if you can. People may not remember your mistake, but they'll remember your honesty. Keeping promises is not about being perfect. It's about being real and caring enough to follow through. If you fail, you get up and try again. There's power in small promises. Maybe you promise a friend you'll listen. Maybe you promise yourself 10 minutes every day just to breathe. Each action is a thread in the fabric of trust and kindness. Let's pause together. Take a breath and remember a promise you kept this week. Let yourself feel proud. You did something that matters. If there's a promise you haven't kept yet, don't hide from it. Reach out. Be honest. Try to fix it if you can. Forgive yourself and keep moving forward. The people we love most are not perfect. They're honest, real, and they try again when they fall. That's what makes them trustworthy. Never breaking your promises doesn't mean never failing. It means always trying to live by your word, to honor what matters, and to make things right when you can't. It's about building a life you can be proud of, one small promise at a time. As you move through your day, remember, promises are the heartbeats of trust. They're the simple moments that say you can count on me. When you keep your promises, you build a world full of hope, courage, and love. So today, my gentle reminder is this: Be careful with your promises, but be even more careful to keep them. Every promise kept, no matter how small, can change a heart, a day, or even a life. Sometimes the world moves so fast that we forget how much promises matter. Imagine a world where everyone took their promises seriously. How much more peaceful, more trusting would our days become? We'd live in a world where children sleep soundly because they trust their parents' word, where friends feel safe to share their secrets. Knowing those promises will be held gently, not broken by careless words, where even strangers feel the warmth of a simple promise kept, a smile, a helping hand in my own life. I've learned that trust is built, not bought. I promised a friend I would be there for her. No matter how hard things got, she was struggling with sadness, feeling lost in the darkness. Every week I called, sometimes just to listen in silence. Some days I felt tired, but I remembered my promise. She began to heal, her trust built on those tiny acts. Sometimes your presence is the promise. Just showing up quietly can mean the world. And what about when you're the one in need? Have you ever wished someone would keep a promise to you? That feeling of being seen, remembered, valued is one of life's greatest gifts. That's the magic of promises. They tell us we matter, that we're not alone. A promise is a cloud. Fulfillment is the rain. A cloud is beautiful, but without the rain, it gives nothing to the earth. Words are easy, but action is what waters the seeds of trust and love. Every promise you keep is a gentle rain on someone's heart, helping kindness and hope grow. Let's talk about self-promises again. Sometimes it's hardest to keep our word to ourselves. But imagine if you treated your own promises as sacred. If you told yourself, I will take care of my mind, and did it. If you promised to rest and gave yourself permission to heal. How much stronger would your spirit grow? A broken promise is not the end of the story. It's a chance to write a new page, to rebuild trust, to prove your word can become action. If you need to, start again today. Pick one small promise and keep it. Step by step, you will create a pattern of trust. Your example matters more than you know. If you become a person of your word, others will notice. Children will believe and trust because they saw it in you. Friends will come to you for comfort. It's okay to be gentle with yourself. If you break a promise, forgive yourself. Make it right and try again. No one is perfect, but every day is a new day to become someone you can be proud of. Maybe today is the day you reach out to someone and say, I haven't forgotten what I said. I'm here. Maybe today is the day you look in the mirror and say, I promise to believe in myself. Or maybe you simply decide to show up, to keep trying, to let your word be something others can lean on. Promises are like candles in the dark. Each time you keep one, you light a little flame that helps you and others see the way forward. The world will never be perfect, but it can be a little brighter. One promise at a time. As you close this episode, my hope for you is this, that you will keep your word to yourself and to others, that you will forgive when things don't go as planned, that you will believe your promises are worth honoring. You are not alone. We are all walking, keeping our promises, lighting the way for each other. Thank you for listening, for being honest, for being brave. Until next time, this is Lety, wishing you gentle days, strong hearts, and the quiet strength that comes from never breaking your promises.